Hey, it's Bo back for another Teaching Tuesday, and today I want to talk about something that I have always found fascinating, which is where intuition comes from. Now, we can say that it comes from guides, from loved ones, from our higher self, and yes, that's where the intent is coming from. That's who's sending the messages, but how do the messages actually come through? It's kind of fascinating to me to think about, and I love this part of intuition, but think of everything that you've seen, smelled, heard in your entire life, like a database in your head. When somebody's trying to deliver an intuitive message, whether it's a loved one on the other side, your higher self, source, a guide, etc., etc., they're going to kind of poke at a memory of something maybe you smelled or something maybe that you saw 5 years ago to get an image or a smell or a feeling to come through your nervous system. This is the actual message itself. So let me give you an example. Let's say your guides want to let you know that it's time to go get a dog. It's time for you to adopt a puppy. You might be just sitting there and randomly have a memory of puppies, the smell of puppy's breath. All of a sudden you smell puppy's breath and you're like, oh, it's kind of odd, it came out of nowhere. Or you get a flash image of a group of puppies playing in a puppy pen. Perhaps you saw that image, 10 years earlier, but you saw it, it's in there, it's in the database. Maybe you hear the sound of a little puppy barking, or you feel the sensation of a puppy giving you a little kiss on the cheek. These are the ways that they can deliver this information to us. Now, the puppy, let's use the visual for an example, just because it's the easiest. But let's say that the visual that they give you is a memory of a puppy, of a Dalmatian puppy that you saw 2 years earlier. Here's the kicker with intuition, is that it's not that you have to go out and they're not giving you the message to go out and get another, a Dalmatian puppy. The message is just to get a puppy. But they had to go through that database of yours and say, okay, what was one time that they saw a puppy? Okay, I'm gonna bring that back up. So the messages are coming through. They are from source, they are from our guides, they are from our loved ones on the other side. They're utilizing our database of all of our experiences, bubbling them up to the surface in a pattern to deliver an intuitive message. I've always found that one fascinating. People say, well, how did I see that? At some point in your life, you saw it or felt it or heard it. It could have been as a child on TV. It could be anywhere. We completely underestimate the number of sensations that we go through in a lifetime. How many things we've felt or seen or tasted or smelled. That's all up there. And they can utilize that and say, okay, I'm gonna give her a message about getting a puppy, New Year's Day, bliss and happiness, call him, Rover or whatever. And all boom, 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 those things pop up and they form into either a bunch of visuals, bunch of words that you hear, feelings, smells, sensations, etc. But I just want to jump on here today and talk about how that transpires, because sometimes when we have that knowledge, that little bit of knowledge on how it's working, it can help us make it work a little bit better.